I mean, what's everyone's thoughts on Astrobot winning Game of the Year? I tried to say that I thought it was a possibility, but I was still pulling for Wukong.
I mean, I would have been I was pulling for Wukong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for them. I mean, it's. I mean, the thing is, we all know that it's like a judges panel with like critics and stuff voting on for the winners of a lot of these. That game was made for them.
True. I'm just glad Elden Ring did not win Game of the Year.
Astrobot deserves it. It's one where a lot of people are a little bitter about it, I think.
Oh yeah.
Because this year in particular had like the Game of the Year category is like everybody is has planted their flag on their game more than usual.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like Astrobot winning. I mean,
I'm not salty about it. It's still very much a game that deserved that nominee and the win. As John was saying, I'm pulling for a very specific game and expecting Wukong, but I mean, I'm not displeased or anything about it. Astrobot definitely deserves it.
See, like, I haven't played Astrobot. I still really want to play Astrobot. I will be playing Astrobot hopefully soon. But like everything that I've seen about it, like when I first saw it and I saw the general reception around the internet, like I just felt like, okay, I genuinely felt like, I think I said it like a month ago, I was like, I really think that this could potentially win Game of the Year. Like it was just one of those games that I feel like just captivated the gaming community to like just a very unique, just fun level where it's just like, this is a game where it's just fun, period. And that's just kind of what's the most important aspect, in my opinion. Yeah. I was still really hoping for Wukong, but like by no means am I salty, because like for me, like when I look at the list that we had, I mean, I really feel like, you know, Astrobot or Astrobot, Wukong, or Metaphor to me were the three that could have taken it.
Yeah.
In my very firm opinion, I'm just happy Elden Ring didn't get. The one thing that I do hate about this is all the people that have not looked into Astrobot or played Astrobot, or, you know, it's just not part of their timeline, just completely trashing that it won Game of the Year because Black Myth didn't win. I'm just like, I love Black Myth. I've looked forward to this game since its reveal in August 2020, and I can tell you I'm not upset with Astrobot winning because I've seen what Astrobot's doing.
See, my only thing, which I guess my thing is the whole panel of people who decide those awards and whatnot, even though there is voting and whatnot. My thing with it that I felt like would have kept Astrobot from winning was just the fact that it was a PS5 exclusive. I mean, I know PS5 is one of the best-selling consoles currently, but it's stuck on one platform.
Right.
But, hey, that obviously did not stop it. So.
Right.
Also, you naming your 3 games that could take it, doing a real disservice to Balatro.
It won a lot of rewards.
The game that came out of nowhere and
with one
took the world by storm
on mobile.
But yeah, no, Astrobot deserves every award that it's won.
Just that melody, just all those very good scores, and then Balatro.
Yeah. With the Game Awards
that
orchestra.
was my favorite thing. I always mention it when it was going through, like, look at all these cinematically beautiful games, and we're about to watch cards being played.
Hey, shout out to Balatro, man. It like that's another one that's just taken the world by storm, like legit. And it won so many awards.
I mean, most of the categories it was in, it won besides Game of the Year, and I think art direction.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, because Metaphor won art direction.
Yep, it did. So
yeah, no, if like I said when we were watching the show, we already knew Astrobot was like officially the new mascot of Sony. They were going to be Asobi's going to be able to do whatever they want with it for years to come. Them winning this award just like is the seal of approval to Sony to be like, hey, ball's in your court. What are you going to let us do?
Yeah. And I saw some people talk about that. It's like, they just like, they were talking about how like it will never not be funny that Sony shuts down the Japan studio, which did like the original like Astro's Playroom or whatever. Not maybe not Astro, but whatever the first Astro property was on like the PS4. And then they get reformed to Team Asobi, and then they go on to win Game of the Year, but they shut them down originally because they did not have hits. And then they go on to win Game of the Year. Someone's like, that will never not be funny. Because pretty much Team Japan Studio, Team Japan, or Sony Japan, whatever the name was, all it is Team Asobi now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the same people.
It's just a rebrand, basically.
Yeah, but they just got to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know? which I mean, they talked about in their speech how they were inspired by Mario and Nintendo, but did not drop Nintendo. Shout out to that. Dancing around that.
They didn't mention Mario either. They
did.
Yeah, they just danced around it.
They danced around it because when he
he said Super Mario Brothers in like 89 or whatever.
No, he said he mentioned that the year and that a platforming game came out and opened the doorway for it, but he didn't mention it.
I swear I thought
because in his speech he goes, and notice how I haven't mentioned either of their names.
Yes, he said that at the end of his speech.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair. The inspiration's there because like we made jokes about it when the trailer came out. It's just like, all right, Nintendo won't make Super Mario Galaxy 3. It's like, fine, I'll do it myself because that's basically what it looked like. It looked like it was like Super Mario Galaxy style, So a big shout out to that. Also, another shout out that I wanted to give with the Game of the Year, whatever, is shout out to the Larian boss. Coming up and doing the initial
roasted the entire community.
He did, and that's what I loved, dude, because he straight up just roasted everyone and just put everybody across gaming on blast of
What, on social media?
No, during his speech.
During his speech.
I guess I clocked out during that.
His speech was all about how the games nominated for Game of the Year aren't made for monetization or a cash grab. They're made for the players and the love of the game and development and everything. Basically just bashing the whole concept of how a lot of AAA developers make games.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just around like just making money, and like he kind of really dialed into like, we as game developers need to make games that we want to play. Something that hasn't been done before kind of thing, right? Versus just making something that's going to make money.
Yeah, I guess I partially clocked out during
No,
I remember
go listen to it.
I remember
he
that
roasted everyone.
I remember that moment of him saying games that we want to play.
Exactly. Yeah, go listen to it. He roasted the entire game.
I mean, and he's not wrong because the list of this
games
of the year are all very well put together games that almost no one, as far as I'm aware, have complained about in terms of content, play, and all
the
that
quality
stuff.
and everything.
And it's like he gets to stand up and do that because last year they swept every category that they were in pretty much. And also like their past game, Divinity Original Sin 2 and Divinity Original Sin, they've got the library of games set back for the people that have played them and been following them to be like, this dude knows what he's talking about, and now he's got the world's attention from Baldur's Gate 3 to where he can say all this and nobody can discredit him for anything. Right. Because right now he is, like Larian is one of those studios that everybody will look to now and go, whatever they're making is going to be good.
Yep.
So he can say that and nobody can look at him and be like, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. And I really hope some of the bosses that were in that audience that may be making some sort of crap, some sort of crap monetization game, whatever. I hope they got offended. I hope they
not you, HoYoverse. Keep doing what you do.
Yeah, they're fine. They're doing their thing.
God, my favorite thing from the Game Awards potentially is the amount of controversy that came out with the Game of the Year, like the games that were nominated for Game of the Year. Then we get to the Players' Choice voting, and we get the most controversial one, which was Elden Ring, makes it in there. We get Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah.
And then we get like 3 mobile games.
Yep.
And were they all gacha games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Wuthering.
It was Wuthering Waves,
Yeah.
Zenless Zone Zero, and Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, here we have the one single player game that everybody loved this year. We have the big DLC of the year, and then we have the 3 gacha games controlling the universe right now.
Basically.
2 that came out this year, 1 that's been going strong.
Yep.
It's like that's what people are interested in right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep.